Hi, good morning, Wycliffe Barrett here, X-Plane Dedicated. Well, today is the day, it's the 28th of February, and that means that the Toliss a321 is released. I've just put a short video together to show you a few things. One of them is the weather radar. You'll see the weather radar operating. 2 is entering a hold, and 3 is actually exiting the hold. I've been using Mike Ray's book. There we go, Mike Ray's book about the A320 series, the Airbus series. And surprisingly, Mike Ray is a real-world pilot, has been for many, many years, and he writes his books from that point of view as if you were doing a check ride on a level D simulator. So most of the stuff that's in here is incredibly accurate, and although this was written for Flight Simulator 2004 and FSX, it is still relevant for almost all add-on aircraft. So if you've got a high quality add-on aircraft, these books by Mike Ray are excellent. So I have been referencing this, so let's get on with the video. The Toliss a321 is actually an incredible aircraft, and one of the features that I wanted to show today was, in actual fact, how you get into the hold. But first, you can see I've done a flight plan here, and I just wanted to do a route direct. So there's a short flight plan up to Brecon and back down to Cardiff on the Cardiff 1 Alpha, but also I wanted to change the arrival, and as you can see it was a Cardiff 1 arrival, but then I wanted to do, rather than ILS, I wanted to do an RNAV approach. And so just looking through the availability there, and it chose the RNAV approach. And at the moment we've turned the corner and we're back on our way down to Cardiff, and you can see that I've actually got a down arrow on the navigation display there, which indicates where my descent, top of descent is. We need to be something like 2,200 feet for this, and as you can see, it's an RNAV approach there, but I want to go into a hold. So you press the Charlie Delta Foxtrot fix, and then you press hold. Now there are a couple of ways of doing this. You can allow it to compute, but if you do that, it shows up wrong. So if I've computed it there, and you can see that the hold is totally wrong, because the hold is actually over the airport going down the runway 30. So that's wrong, although the time is a minute, and that's fine. So I need to adjust that slightly, because I want the hold to be a racetrack on a 30 heading. Okay, so coming back into it, I've come out, come back in, and what I've done is I've put the heading in myself, and you can see now I've put the heading as 301, which is runway heading. You can see that the horse racetrack there, oval of the hold, and also what looks like a figure of 8. So that means coming out of the hold. So here I am, I'm going into the hold now, over Charlie Delta Fox, Cardiff, and the aircraft will turn right and pick up the racecourse track then of the hold. Flight level 70, that's the minimum stack level at Cardiff most of the time. So at the bottom of the stack, you can stack all the way up to, I think it's flight level 120. Anyway, you can see the aircraft following the race course, and we're on the downwind leg at the moment. So if I wanted to do a straight in approach, I would cancel everything and just go straight in. But the way to get out of the hold is quite elegant, and Mike Ray suggests the way to do it is really quite simple. There are 2 bad techniques to getting out of a hold. There's one acceptable technique, there's one good technique, and then there is the most elegant technique, and that's the one I'm going to talk about. And you can see this on screen now. And quite simply, the elegant technique is once you enter the holding pattern, the flight plan page will display an entry IM exit at line select key 2 right, and you can see that there over on the right hand side in orange. Okay, and quite simply, if you select that entry, it will toggle to resume hold. and the jet will start to turn so as to make the most expeditious return to the holding fix and continue on the original routing. Okay, so when you see IM exit, yes, you click on that button, as I have done here, and you can see now that the aircraft, instead of doing the racetrack, is actually going to go around to the Charlie Delta Fox and exit the hold there. Now, this may be the most elegant way of doing it, but I think there might be a better way. But that is the way that if you was doing a check ride, they would expect you to do it. And as you can see, the aircraft is coming out of the hold now. It's going to go across onto a downwind leg of 12, so that's the reciprocal of runway 30. So it's going to go across and over the top of the airport in the airfield. You can see that happening there, and then it will go to Volpe, which is part of the RNAV approach, and then turn left and bring me around for the RNAV approach onto runway 30. It looks like a lot of spaghetti on the navigation display, and you might be forgiven for thinking, oh, this isn't right, but it all works, and it works very well, seamlessly. And once again, I think Toliss have done an incredible job here. They really have done a fantastic job, and it just works. I'm really pleased about this. I think that it is one of the better aircraft. Somebody wrote on my YouTube channel the other day, they were talking about 3D modeling, they were talking about all sorts of things. As a developer, now I'm not a 3D modeler, and I said this in my response. I'm not a 3D modeler, I'm a user. I fly planes, I use them. And when I do my reviews, I review them as a user. Sometimes you'll see me review aircraft that I haven't even flown before, and I know very little about. You know, I'll just jump in and I will try to find my way around. Other aircraft, such as Boeing and Airbus, I know my way around. Maybe not everything, but I do know my way around, and so I fly them as a user, and I review them as a user. I don't review them as a 3D modeler, otherwise, well, that would be a different review altogether. So I'm reviewing these aircraft as a user to you, the person who's going to be purchasing it, and you want to know, can it fly? I'm not really interested in cabins. I mean, there is a cabin in this with seats, etc. I'm not really interested in cabins. I'm more interested about what's happening up front here. From a 3D model aspect, from the outside, it looks like an Airbus, it flies like an Airbus, so therefore I think it is an Airbus. There's a good old-fashioned saying, if it quacks like a duck and walks like a duck, then it's probably a duck. And this is exactly what I feel about this aircraft. It is exceptional. So far, so good. I've done several flights in this, and I thoroughly enjoy it. Anyway, I hope you found the video useful, and I forgot to talk about the weather display. You did see the weather displayed on the navigation and flight plan. Anyway, we'll see you soon. Take care. Have a good day today. Bye.